I just think there's something special about these two communities. I don't know if it's just how we share things. I don't know if it's just always looking at Scotch Plains Fanwood like one big entity. I don't know if it's just because we are pretty tiny, but we're densely populated and packed in, but there's something about being in this town.
Scotch Plains Fanwood to me is a support system. Because we are, kind of a smallish community, I think that just makes it even better when you kind of find these opportunities where people are willing to help and offer you help in some way. So aside from the monetary support, I just find it great that there are people who always want to see how you're doing, follow up with you, and just make sure you're on the right path and kind of stay in touch. So that means a lot to me.
For 50 years, the Scotch Plains Fanwood Scholarship Foundation has been changing lives, making dreams come true for hundreds of students in our community. It all started in 1966 with a $2,000 donation from the Scotch Plains Fanwood High School PTA. That first year, the foundation gave out 4 scholarships. Today, the foundation has been directly involved in giving 2,741 scholarships for a total value of $2,782,717.
The awards night is very exciting. It's exciting for the parents whose young people are being honored. It's exciting for the young people themselves. Most of them get up there with a very positive attitude. They're elated that they're being recognized, that they're going to have assistance, that their community recognizes them. And I think it's good for those of us who sit on the foundation to know that we can make such a difference in the lives of so many people. I mean, now we've grown to a point where we just honor, is it not over 100 young people every year? Excuse me. And that's just wonderful.
The foundation manages 47 scholarship funds for groups and individuals. In addition, the foundation raises money for their own scholarships, making the dream of higher education possible, a reality for students right here in our community.
There's a little history about the Dollars for Student I'd like to tell you about. It goes back in 1966 when it was first started, and they decided at that time the thing to do was to do a house-to-house canvass. I guess house-to-house canvassing in that period of time was still popular. It's continued for 50 years, even now when house-to-house canvassing is not as popular as it used to be before.
We get about approximately anywhere from 160 on upwards to 175 applicants a year, and that could include about 145 to 150 high school applicants, and the rest are college applicants. The next step of the process is to train the screeners on going through the application and how to interpret the transcript, how to interpret all the aspects of the application. Things that kids have been involved with, what their aspirations are, where they've applied, for example, on the transcript, have they taken classes that go along with what they want to do, and how well have they done, hardships they've faced, struggles they've overcome, anything to do with their story, to just create a picture of, try to get a picture of the student and what's going on in their life. The more we can get out of the application, the better informed we are in making our choices.
The application process is very simple. Short personal statement, filling out information, how you plan to pay for school, a little bit about yourself, your activities, and the application is just mailed in, so it's very simple. I just felt that this is such a unique opportunity, because when a child is looking at a cost of college being $40,000 to $50,000 a year, and you think, oh, what's $1,000 or what's $1,500? What a difference that makes. That's your books for the semester. That's taking off the top of your loans. We couldn't be happier. It's been a huge help to our family.
And I know my mom and I were very interested in pursuing these, opportunities, just because we all know college is very, very expensive. And so once we heard about, a committee, an organization right here in Scotch Plains and Fanwood, we were more than, excited to kind of apply for these opportunities and see if I would be helped with some scholarship money.
I graduated Scotch Plains Fanwood High School in 1980, along with my brothers, Jim, Joe, Tom, and Michael. The foundation was very helpful to myself and my brothers as we went through the application process and subsequently received scholarship funding. My father is a former General Motors employee, coming from a family of 5 boys. Things were tough, right? In order to basically have that additional incentive to go and pursue education, the scholarship money was well received by not only by us, but certainly by my parents as well.
I felt 2 things when I applied to the Scholarship Foundation. One was, of course, college is expensive, and all families need some assistance one way or the other. I felt was important to at least give myself the chance to see what would happen if I did that. So it was certainly a monetary help, but it was also a real thumbs up from the community that I did what I was supposed to do.
Trust plays an important part in the Foundation's partnership with the community. All the PTAs, the Rotary, other community organizations, and families have put their trust in the Scotch Plains Fanwood Scholarship Foundation.
In 1992, I was in dental school, kind of getting towards the end of dental school, and my grandmother had passed away recently. I want to say in 1990 or 91 or maybe even 92. And my grandfather had died many years before, so with me just about done with dental school, my dad decided, okay, it might be nice to start some type of scholarship, with some of that money that had come through from my grandmother. So he, hooked up with the Scholarship Foundation because he didn't know exactly how to do it and thought that would work out really well. And then that's how the whole thing started. It really is a nice feeling, It's almost, you almost wish you could give a lot more because school costs so much nowadays. The cost of education has gotten so high. But it's just a nice feeling, a nice thing to do. I just really enjoy it every year.
Being president opened up my opportunities to get to know so many people and to be able to recognize what other people did for youngsters with the scholarships and with the willingness to share their financial gifts, and an opportunity for the people who made the scholarships available to honor members of their families. There aren't many ways you can do that, and this is a unique way where every year you can do it and constantly remember those you loved within your own family, and to remind the rest of your family of how important it is to stay involved in your community.
The communities of Scotch Plains and Fanwood, working together with the Foundation for 50 years, investing together in our future, supporting our greatest resource.
The community is supportive, not only from a financial point of view, but also from the point of view of encouraging individuals to continue the learning process and to move ahead in their lives.
I think there's just a loyalty. I don't know what it is about town, but there's a loyalty because I think, we've all been so supportive and supported.
I'm a very proud Scotch Plains Fanwood resident. I love the fact that my family moved here so long ago, that we know where the horse farm used to be, we know where certain things are, and I love now, at the stage of life that I'm in, seeing now people who are my age moving to town with children, being friends with colleagues of mine who live here also, and children who are the same age as my son, and seeing that strength of the community that my parents presented to me as a young boy and that my grandparents presented to my mother and aunt as young girls is still present in this community.
The fondest hope that I have for the foundation, and I even pray for it, one of the students who received one of our awards is somewhere or already has accumulated a large amount of money, and that someday it'll come to him. The foundation was part of the process that helped me get here and may give a substantial contribution, something like $1 million to the foundation.